What is up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my all new review of Love and Hip Hop ATL. So we are back in Atlanta. We got Zell, Sierra, and Bambi. They all meet up to congratulate Sierra on her wedding. It was very small, very intimate. The people who she wanted there was there. Her father, her daughter, her husband's father was there. She would love for her mom to be there, but she's not really focusing on that. Then we see Scrappy call Bambi late at night because ever since their argument in London, he's been apologizing profusely and trying to, wine and dine her with flowers. And she's recognizing his game. He wants to win her back and she's not falling for it. But the fact that we see her looking so giddy and happy just to see him call and talk about the kids, but it's like, you really need to talk about the kids at this time of night? What's up, right? So we're also discussing how they're trying to be good as they can be because he's about to have a brand new baby. So she says she is not going to be like Erica Dixon. She's not going to spin the block and be ready for him to fuck up again. But it's like, you sure? I mean, you spin the block right now by answering his phone calls, you smiling, you about to show him support when he's about to welcome a new baby. So while you're not trying to be intimate with him, I do think you're still showing up for him the way you have shown up for him before. So to say you're not like Erica, okay. So we talk about how London was insane. There was a lot going on. Scrap and Chaotic got into it. Then Amy and Carly want to confront him about having a new baby. Does she believe that's his baby? She says she believes that's his baby, okay? But we get to Zell's conversation about his baby. He has not spoken to Brianna in a while, and he's not really cool with Santana because Santana has been stalking her, liking her photos, reaching out to other people who knows her, who knows who she's connected to. And along with what Santana has been doing, she's also been receiving comments all over social media coming at her about getting involved with a bisexual man and telling her she needs to go get checked out. She could have contracted AIDS, all of this ignorant shit that people like to come after other people about. Like a negative stigma surrounding his sexuality is annoying to me, right? So as far as her not really being involved in social media like that, but she was created to be a target when you brought her on this show. So for her to get all this hate because she ended up getting pregnant by a bisexual man, that's not right. That's not cool. He's used to these trolls, but she's not used to these trolls. So as far as, her going through a lot and him not reaching out as much, and then we got the conversation of the DNA test on whether or not it's his. She says she'll do it once the baby is around, but I'm not sure if she's saying that she'll not do it. It was something that I really didn't remember. And then as far as like the baby not being his or not, Bambi is thinking about maybe I can tell Scrappy to think about getting a DNA test as well. We got to be sure this is your baby. So now we're moving on. We get Amy. Amy meets up with Ashley. She's at a bar. I don't know if that's Ashley's business or she just works there. So I was wondering, why is she behind the bar? Is you a server? What's going on? So she didn't go to London because she was setting up things with her son's father and also figuring her relationship out with Zane because apparently Zane has come back. He's been on his best behavior. He's been trying to step up more so you don't get any information about how he was not on his best behavior in London. And apparently, throughout this time during the break, he got the DNA test. He's not the little boy's father, even though the baby mama said that's not his son. But as far as him giving him his last name, that is still a step by step. Listen, I felt like this was annoying from the beginning that he never told you that that wasn't his son. But considering he knew the entire situation, that that boy would not have a father in his life, he figured, let me give him my last name so there's no confusion that his other siblings have his last name and he doesn't have their last name. I understand that, but I feel like it's just too much. And for you to still do all of this and not give Ashley the heads up, not involve her, she had to push you to this point to do it. It's crazy. Okay. So we all know Amy was going to tell Ashley about how Zane actually acted in London because she feels some type of way about Zane lying on her. So I'm telling her everything. And then when it came down to her showing a video of Scrappy calling out Zane's interactions with one of the dancehall artists that was giving them a tour in London, how he was crushing hard and he was holding her hand and he's laughing. So it's like, I'm seeing Zane act more single, like he's scrappy, but he's not single. You're a married man. You were being way too flirtatious. So Ashley says she's in shock, okay? And it's kind of like, I'm not trying to blow up right now. I'm trying to keep my composure. But it's really interesting seeing the way this man has been doing the most to win my trust back. And now I am back to not trusting him again. But I also can't really give a shit about Ashley. You can't be this shocked at all. This man has been doing this to you since you've been with him. He has never changed. Believing he was going to be on his best behavior, crossing international waters, baby, he's acting the same way he's been acting all throughout this season. This man do not act like he's a married man. This man likes to act he's free and single, okay? Uh, Child, moving on. So now we got Scrappy and Bambi. They were having a party with their children. Oh my God, their children are so adorable. Okay. And they've grown up so much. All right. So ever since London, they have been moving on to be in a better place. All they want to do is navigate on being better co-parents for the sake of their children. And also, they need to have a conversation about introducing their children to a new sibling. So Scrappy said he ain't ready to have another baby, okay? And he said, I've never been in a situation where I'm having a baby with somebody I wasn't in a relationship with. This is what happens when you have a wild night with a random woman and not protect yourself. This is what happens. So, as far as accountability, he do admit it was a wild night. It was very irresponsible for him, but that's been what you've been doing this entire time, okay? So Bambi is making sure he has proper support. Bambi, I get it. You want to be in a good place, but don't take on his problems. Don't, as far as like guiding him, as far as like giving him the understanding, but don't take away the fact that this guy, grown as man, was irresponsible for having unprotected sex with a woman he does not know. Okay? He has to be the one to be responsible, and he has to be the one to introduce the conversation to his kids about how they're going to have another sibling. His mind is not there. While he is realizing he's about to be a new dad again, he just didn't think he would have to tell his kids about it. What makes you think you shouldn't tell your kids about it? Your kids are not babies, okay? They're like under 10. Ain't your oldest like 6? And your daughter is what, 4? And the baby boy is what, 3? Like, come on now. These kids are very old enough to understand they can see something that they're not used to seeing. They definitely can understand that you have a new sibling. They can definitely understand that you have had a new baby and that baby is going to be around them. He even had an anxiety attack at one point because he just cannot believe that he did this. Well, at least you're not a teen dad. You are a grown man. Handle your responsibility, okay? And the fact that you got 5 kids in total, Scrappy, at this point, get a vasectomy. Fuck whoever you want to fuck with, okay? You can have multiple sex with most people, as many as you want to. Just don't get reckless like you've been doing this entire time, okay? Like, man, I cannot. I feel like he did not want to collide his world with another one. He thought that he can just keep everything together without them being any outside influences or outside people. But you made one. Now you got to own up to it. So now we get Zale. Zale is meeting with Brianna very late at night. And it's just him discovering what's been going on with her. She's been dealing with a lot of stress with Santana coming after her, everybody in the comment section, and him not being around as much. So with Brianna telling him, you need to check Saucy because there is no way I'm competing with a man with a beard and a booty. Well, as far as him telling her, I can only do so much about telling Saucy to stop. He has told him to stop, but Saucy gonna do what Saucy's gonna do. Ain't no controlling when it comes to Saucy. He child, no, he gonna do what he want to do. So as far as him saying it's been like a week since he's seen her, she says it's been more than that. So I feel like, Zale, where have you been? Why haven't you spent time with her? And the way that Brianna looked in this scene, I feel like she was completely over and done with it. Okay. But then it's just kind of like, what is going on between Saucy and Zale? Okay. Because I feel like he's been playing back and forth, telling Saucy one thing and telling Bree one thing. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, I want to be there for you. I want to be there for our baby. This is what I want. But it's kind of like you're not really showing that. So when she tells him there's not even no more baby, I lost the baby. He did not know. Of course, it wasn't him being as present, but for her to not even tell him, for her to not keep up with what's been going on, I do think she was wrong for that. While the stress could have been the cause of it, but I'm wondering, she did tell him before she's had high risk pregnancies and that she really wasn't happy about having any more children, but Zell really wanted her to have the baby. So I'm like, were you ever really pregnant? Did you really lose the baby or did you have a procedure? Because the way that she just said it, very cold, very nonchalant, I don't think that she had an actual emotion behind telling him. So now he thinking he got played. Like all his time wasted. He's thinking about all the possibilities of what can happen while becoming a father. He's talked about removing Santana from his life, moving forward. But it's like, were you really removing Santana from your life? Because if everything has been attached to him, what's going on? So he doesn't want to admit that he should have been there more. He should have called more. He just devastated. Okay. So he decided to walk off. I don't know if he needs to protect himself because he wished he could have did more. Now he says he was betrayed by two people. And I feel like the major blame should be on himself. But I also call out Santana for being so indecisive and playing games back and forth with Zell as well. So he was crying, and the first thing he does is call Saucy. He tells Saucy that she lost a baby. He's like, "Why? What happened? Because of all of this shit on social media, you coming after her, you doing all this and that." He said, "All I did was like her picture on accident. I didn't do nothing else." Saucy is not holding himself accountable for his part of messing with that girl on social media. But it's kind of like, Zell, you placed her in that situation and you were going back and forth with Saucy. So you kind of can't really blame Saucy, but you can definitely hold him accountable for the things he did because he did do the most by going after her, contacting who she knows, discovering who she really is. Did she really get pregnant by you? I mean, you did meet at a gay bar or you was around a gay club or something. So it's like, this is the stigma of getting involved with a bisexual man. So what did she expect? Like all of that is just, a lot going on, right? So he just really wanted some comfort from Saucy, and Saucy was just telling him, "This is what you did. You was the one telling her this. You was telling me this." So he's like, "Why would it have to be me?" Okay, he said, "But that's all I wanted, though. All I wanted was a family." I do think that Zell only wanted the baby. I'm not sure if he only wanted the baby and the relationship. I don't know. And the fact that he keeps on falling behind Saucy every time, I'm just like, Zell, what is it? What is it? Okay. Like, what's going on? So now we're gonna move on from there. We got Mama D. Ooh, Mama D. She took it upon herself to invite Scrappy's potential third baby mama to the house to get to know her. Yes, she knows her son was irresponsible for getting involved with two women to have a threesome. He was unprotected. Now she's pregnant, and of course he don't listen. He made his mistakes. He got to fix it, right? Now, Mama D is very much has involved herself too close in the situation because Scrappy don't tell her nothing. She needs to allow her son to take care of his own situation, take care of his own problems. And then she said, I need to make sure she's right because she's carrying the new throne to the palace. She's carrying the new heir to the throne. I said, Mama D, I know you're not discrediting the fact you have other grandchildren. So for me, I feel like Mama D is now trying to make sure that this woman, Shakira, is not like Bambi and Erica, making sure she's molding her enough to be the woman that she agrees and she, approves of versus Bambi and Erica. But I just feel like you're doing way too much, Mama D. Like for you taking it upon yourself to figure out this information, what went down between them, you don't need to know any of that. And then she wants to throw shade as far as like what can Shakira bring to the table. So she said, first of all, you think I need him? I don't need him. I'm grown. Okay, I have my own business. I'm college educated. And then she threw a jab by saying a lot of people like to lie about their education. Meaning last season, she tried to discredit the fact that Bambi is not educated. Bambi don't have nothing going on for herself. When Bambi had to show her college degree, that was a big mess. So I feel like Mama D is taking over. Okay. And as far as Shakira, she's letting Mama D know, while I get you the grandma, but I'm the mama. What I say is what I say. And you need to respect the fact that what I say goes. Okay. Like her decision to breastfeed, no formula, she'll do what she want to do. Like, let me be the mom. Let me handle my situation. And don't try to like question me and quiz me on whether or not I'm here for this, well, I'm here for this. I know what I got myself into and I know what I need to do. Okay, moving on. So now we get Zane. He is in the studio working on music. Ashley is pissed from the information that Amy told about what happened in London. So now she's preparing for him to make himself really comfortable in his studio. Enjoy sleeping on this couch because you'll be on this couch for a very long time. Because apparently you didn't tell me everything about what happened in London. So I'm gonna give you one more chance for you to tell me what happened. I was there promoting my music. I was on my best behavior. Leave it to production to call you out about your lie. He said, didn't we catch you flirting with Lisa Mercedes? And then you had a girl sitting on your lap. It wasn't his lap, but they were all sitting in the same chair, but he was a bit too close to her anyway. So he's a little boy. I swear to God, this mojo looking ass is crazy. Okay. Talking about it ain't my fault. Lisa had the girls out. I wasn't looking at them. They were looking at me. You are too impulsive that you can't control whether or not you're going to not fuck, not flirt, not do anything inappropriate with these ladies as if you're not a married man. It's sad as hell. It's the same cycle that Ashley and Zane go through all over again. Like, you ain't expect me to believe that, so you didn't exchange information. You wasn't trying to sling dick. What were you doing? So he's like, you catching me off guard. Like, why are you believing everybody else but me? Why would she believe you? You lie so easily. It's sad how you lie at the drop of a hat whenever you get accused of something that you know that you did something. That's the crazy part for me. And I'm annoyed because Ashley, when will you get tired? When? When will you get tired about telling this grown ass man, this little ass man, that he needs to move like a married man? Stop moving like you're single. Or do you want to be single? Now he thinks he's reverse psychologizing her by telling her, do you want to be single? You want to be single like Amy? Is she supposed to be afraid of that? I'd rather be single than to stuck here being stupid and faithful to your dumb ass. I'd rather be single than to deal with a man who can't fucking keep his dick in his pants for more than 5 minutes without wanting to throw it upon another woman who dares to look his way. Like the hell? Lying ass bastard. Like, he's a fucking liar. And then, as far as you mentioning Ashley, you only mentioned Ashley when it came down to a threesome and that you and Ashley were separated, which gave you a license to act out. Like, you don't ever mention how you miss Ashley. Never. You wanted to use this moment while you guys were having a break in your marriage as an excuse to escape from your responsibilities of fixing your marriage. Okay? Talking about what stays in London stays in London. Like, you never thought you was gonna get questioned about how you behaved in London. You convinced me with that shit. You really can. Like the backhanded gaslighting reverse psychology he was doing by saying this is the reason why single women are single women because they take advice from other single women. Okay, Zane, where did you learn that? Huh? There's a possibility that there are some women who do get jealous of another woman's situation and they do plant seeds for them to leave their situation because they want what they have. But in this case, what prize is Ashley getting by being with you? She is better off single. Now, again, she's doing exactly what she did the last time, threatening that if you keep disrespecting me, you think I'm not going to leave you. People are going to come at me about how I'm stupid because they acting like I'm not going to leave you. You are looking at me stupid like I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to lie to disrespect me. I'm not going to lie to hurt me. And then he brings up how you mean to tell me if you leave, you think Amy wouldn't fuck me if I wasn't fucking with her? Why would you bring Amy in that sense of wanting to fuck you? It's given you've already been looking at Amy and you've been wishing for him to fuck you. Amy would not fuck you. Okay, you are too short for her. You don't have the money and you don't have the status. Okay, that's why she's with Dwight Howard. All right, get the fuck out of here. So then he also tells her, you know what you need right now? You need to go talk to Rashida. Uh, Excuse me? Talk to Rashida. Why? So she can know what it's like to stay with a cheating ass husband for all these years when he's embarrassed her in more ways than one, had a kid on her and everything, giving her all this excuse how I love you, I made a mistake. She gonna just stick to him, stick by her man, suffer in silence, act like she don't know nothing, act like she ain't seen nothing. That's what you want her to do? Oh yeah, get advice from Rashida or how to stay with an ain't shit ass nigga for over all these years, have him waste the life out of you. Got it. He said, but I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Nah, this was a whole funny ass fiasco for me. Okay. Like, you acting like she gonna be hurt out here in these streets of finding another man better than you. Like, you are the only man in this world that will ever have her. Good night and goodbye. So then he calls Scrappy. He's like, dude, I told you, bro code, take that shit down. Man, I told you. He said, my bad, bro. I didn't mean for it to go down like that. When Ashley heard him try to clear his name about what's been said, she tried to grab that phone so fast, he snatched it. It's giving like a child running away from his mom because he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. It is so freaking funny. Him playing keep away from not getting the phone. And the way that she was yelling at the phone on FaceTime with Scrappy, like, what'd you say? Keep that energy. What'd you say? It was so funny. I kid you not. This whole act was hilarious as hell. Seeing the way Zane went through such lengths to defend himself by being caught was funny as shit. Like, I don't even know how we got to this point, but oh, Scrappy, he did what he did. He told him nothing happened. He told Ashley nothing happened. He wasn't doing nothing. I was just being Scrappy. I was doing my bullshit. I was trying to be funny, but I get it. He didn't like it, but nothing happened. I'm like, are you for real right now? Okay. 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 Oh, Ashley. Okay. That's your marriage, girl. Do what you do. I ain't got nothing to say. Like, that shit was hilarious as shit. And I'm gonna move on. And then we get Scrappy. He is meeting up with Shakira, and this is his, I guess, second time officially meeting her. He met her one time at the VMA Awards in New York. And when he met her at the VMA, she was pregnant. Her belly was poking out. So his timeline from when the threesome happened to her being as big as she is, it's a possibility that that baby is his. But of course, if you know the term, mama's babies, daddy's maybes, I might need to still do that test to find out if it's mine. But apparently, the threesome wasn't even a threesome. The girl was there, but I guess once she left, then him and her got it really popping. It was an amazing night. It got wild. She is okay with doing the DNA test, but after the baby is born, less risk, right? Um, Mama D was the one who brought her out, and Mama D was the one who wanted to plan a baby shower for her. And he's like, please don't. My deuce is extra, but let me have this one. Because he said in the confessional, all of my kids that have been conceived in this family, Mama D comes in and takes over because I feel like Mama D it wants to recreate what she didn't get to do with Scrappy and his sister. Like she's trying to covet one of the kids to turn out better. And I'm like, can you just step back, Mama D? Just step back, please. So she she was asked by Scrappy, would you like to meet my other baby mamas? Erica's on board with meeting her. She says she's down. He says she might be one of the coolest ones out of all of them. Yeah, because I have not been through any trauma with you. I don't really know you. I've had fun with you. And that's all I want is fun. So they're not trying to put any title on them being together or not. They'll be co-parents, but they'll be co-parents with benefits. Okay. If once upon a time when they both need that itch to scratch, they'll come down, they'll hook up, and that's it. They're not going to put any title. They're not going to put any requirements. It's just going to be what it is. They'll go with the flow. Sometimes we'll be lovers. Sometimes we'll be friends while still being co-parents. He ain't going to put no pressure on it. It is what it is. I ain't really mad at it, though. Take your time with this one, Scrappy. Don't promise something that you're going to end up not living up to, right? So she's expecting a push gift out of all of this. She is expecting an apology. She's expecting a trip and a new car. All of that before the baby shower. He looking at her like, you asking a lot, but why would I do all of that? You having my child. Ain't that enough? I mean, he'll probably do his big one on the trip. You can get the apology, but a new car? Then she makes a joke about what if one of your baby mamas will get one of her strollers. That was funny. Yeah, she is kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. Shakira seems like a very cool down person. It's like she's not really expecting anything, and it's not like she needs anything. Like she's just like, it is what it is. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm going to fight for. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just here carrying a baby that I cannot wait to raise. Like she seems laid back, chill. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like her. I do. So now we're going to move on. We end things off with Saucy and Zell. He comes to Santana's studio session. He is upset about losing a baby, and he's hoping that Santana can own his part about what led to the situation. So I'm hearing Zell not trying to blame Santana for everything, but he still believes that the way that Santana went about it heightened the situation. Oh my God. Okay. It is so Saucy and Zell's tactic. They're trying to figure out how to get back together because Saucy is telling him that He was trying to figure out a way to get back at, Saucy is telling Zale, you were trying to figure out how we can move forward. You were trying to find a way to come back together with me. And I was telling you, okay, well, let me figure out how I can move forward with you while you have a baby and a baby mama. Because if I got to be with you, I got to be there for you and her and the baby. So I can't just have you, right? So just hearing the whole situation break down, I thought in the beginning that Saucy was feeling type of way about how Zell was putting all his attention on another person, not him. He wasn't fighting after him. But at some point, Zell did what he did, went crawling back to Saucy, telling him how much he loved him, telling him he wants to fix things. But at the same point in time, he's also telling Bree the same thing. He wants this relationship. He wants to be a family with her, like playing two sides. Okay. So as far as Santana doing his investigation, it was because I am going off by what you're telling me. You really didn't know this girl. So since you're trying to tell me how it's making you feel and we're trying to get back together, I'm doing my part on figuring out who is she? Who is she connected to? Who does she know? And is she really pregnant? Is she really trying to be there in this situation with you? So I'm doing my part, right? While I do think that Saucy was doing a bit of antagonizing, was doing a bit of stalking, I do. I do. But Zale, you put him in that situation because you kept running after him and telling him one thing and telling Bree another one, right? As far as the stress, yes, the comments have been stressful, but for you to blame all on Santana, not really true. And even Saucy was like, I don't see how me liking her picture or me doing anything like that could have caused stress. I'm not sure how that can cause stress. Now, I did feel a bit of a way with Saucy having a lack of empathy and a lack of knowledge towards women on how certain stress or a situation can cause a lot of stress for women to miscarriage. For a man who wants to present himself to be feminine, he wears lashes, nails, get his makeup done, he wears dresses. I just feel like you want to be in that space of being the woman in a situation, but you're not really the woman. That's how I sometimes feel when Saucy says these things and thinking that he is better than women in certain aspects when he is trying to say he can get all the type of men he can want and everything that. So that part just like really irks me, right? But Zell was trying to keep his calm after everything. Because while I did tell you to figure out who she was, I didn't tell you to go that far. I didn't tell you to make it like you were stalking her. I didn't tell you to do all of that. That was Zell's own doing. But if you're telling him every single thing that you're having a conversation with Brie about and vice versa, then yeah, you playing both sides. Playing both sides, playing both sides. And I feel like the conversation didn't end the way it wanted to be because Zell was avoiding accountability of realizing that he placed these two people in a horrible situation. Santana feels like you're the one who brought her on the show, believing that you're going to be a family with her, believing that you're going to be with her, but in the end, you still coming after me. So at the end of the day, why hold me accountable, but you can't hold yourself accountable? You know what I'm saying? But I do still think that Saucy went a bit overboard, wanting to put himself in that competitive mindset with another woman. Like, why resort to these petty games to troll and attack another woman who did nothing to you? Like, your issue is with Zell. Zell is being very indecisive. Zell doesn't know what he wants entirely, and you doing the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the one who is tired of him going back and forth, telling you one thing, telling you another, but yet you still be there for him. You still answer his calls. You still show up. You know what I'm saying? So when he leaves, Saucy is pressuring him, telling him it's because of you. It's all because of you. You did not handle the situation right. And it's a lot of back and forth. He's calling Saucy fat. Like, they have this ongoing back and forth where they're always throwing slugs at one another. And when Saucy told Zell, you got no kids, no car, no money. And when Zell threw his food at Saucy and he drove off, you went from RC to RIP. I say, Lord have mercy. But this is the toxic cycle that we get from Zell and Saucy all the time. And Saucy, if this man ain't got no job, if he ain't about nothing, then why still go back to him? Zell, you feel like this man don't show you support and he's always jumping to the next nigga. Nigga never, why? Why? It gotta be the dick. It gotta be. Like, why keep on going back to somebody that you guys always gonna have a back and forth argument? You guys are going battle Like, why keep on going back to somebody that you guys are never really truly happy in? You know, Saucy can't stay still. You know, I feel like Zell, you keep on just falling behind something that you're just so used to, you don't know how to break away from. And that's my thoughts, okay? Like, I just don't understand why keep on going back to somebody who always ends up breaking your heart, who always ends up disappointing you. Why? The toxicity has to stop. Okay, but y'all, that's pretty much it. It was a good episode. I ain't got nothing else, but stay tuned for my next video. I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.